Hello and welcome back to Riveting TV's Newbie Night. In part one, we covered the basics of what skills actually do. In part two, we applied them to some tanks, actually a lot of tanks, and covered equipment. In part three, we're going to answer your questions. Yes, you the gorgeous viewers. Yes. Wait a minute. I did promise something.
That's a new
There's a
hat.
competition to be had, wasn't there? I believe there was. I'm Dorjan.
And I'm Half-Life 15.
And this is your next competition. What was I doing before the show started? First person answer in the chat, please.
Can I answer?
What activity was I doing?
Can I answer?
No, you can't.
You can't!
No, not just dancing. It was a particular activity. Air guitar.
Oh,
there we
there
go.
it is.
Babkas gets it. Okay. Babkas, you need to PM me on on Twitch with your in-game name, and I will send it over. Damn. So who likes the third hat? Who likes the third hat? That's three. That's three.
Oh, wait. There we go.
That was three.
Five.
Wow. Cool. Awesome. Right, cool. That's all that done with then. So let's go on with the questions. Highfly, are you ready? We got some really good ones.
Yep, ready.
The Dev IQ says, why have you not used camo skills or camonet nearly at all? It's usually one of the most important skills or equipment for my TDs and RTs. It was weird that there was no camos even on the Hellcat, although Hellcat is usually dead when it's spotted. People who don't understand that the Hellcat is a sniper are useless. Good M18 players can have 60 to 70% win ratio even in open maps. Challenge accepted, High Flyer.
Oh, God. Why I don't use it?
Yep.
Well, mostly because I'm always on the move. That's basically the fastest answer that I can give, because that is the reason why I don't have it on, even on a skill, because I'm always moving. I'm taking a shot, then I'm going somewhere, unless the enemy isn't watching, of course. But generally, I'm always on the move. That's how it works with my Hellcat, because the speed, you really have to take advantage of the speed. Go all over the map. That's how I play it, and that's why I'm not gonna say successful in it, but 65% win ratio with 283 games played. That's how I play it. So that is
Cool.
how. That's why I don't use the camo, because I don't sit still. I'm always moving.
Yeah,
I could put it
that's
on.
good. And your Hellcat play is always very good. If you see the company nights or anything like that, you can check out how Highflyer plays it, and it's always on the front line. And he's usually one of the last guys to die, and he does a huge amount of damage. So it's really effective. Right, we have more. The Alajitab, I'll guess that's how you pronounce it. What do you count as low tier?
Well, we jumped from 2 to 6 and then went back to 5. So low tiers, I would say, are 1 to 4, because it starts getting fun at 3. No, 5. 5 comes after 4, Christian. Come on. That's what I consider low tiers, because, well, the HP is very low on those, and I just combine that and say low tiers, low HP, and yeah, when the fun starts, you're out of the low tiers, in my opinion. You can have fun. You can have fun. Of course you can. You can have fun in the Log Tractor and the MS1 and the T1 Cunningham, but yeah, very low tiers, 1 to 4. Yeah.
Okay, the next question is from Harris Blah Blah. Do all tanks need brothers in arms?
No. And why is that? Do you know why that is?
Oh, I know what that is.
Okay, tell me. You better tell me.
It's very expensive. 6 guys, 5 crew members. All your first slots usually are used up with brothers in arms, and the 5% all-round boost isn't that great for some tanks. And the specific skills that give you certain increases in certain areas give you a much better thing, like clutch braking and rough terrain is much better for a med driver than the general brothers in arms. If you have both of them, then the third skill, God, I can't speak today. Third skill, brothers in arms, is better than having it first. Things like that. What about you, Highflyer?
Well, instead of doing that, you can get Brothers in Arms for, well, on the Hellcat it's only, see, no, it's open. I can't pick that. Okay, Vents gives the exact same amount of extra crew skill as Brothers in Arms, and you get that instantly by just purchasing it. So, yep, that's why you shouldn't put it on tanks unless they have an insane reload time. I've put it on my French as well. Put it on the French. The French are okay, but again, don't pick it as the first skill. Let something else build up, like repair. Pick repair, or camouflage, or firefighting. When you get to the first skill is complete and the other one is like 20%, then go in there and drop it at, I think it's 80%, and then pick the Brothers in Arms. Your reload speed will go down with, I think it's 2 seconds. Yeah, the French 5100 went down with 2 seconds when I put it on, and then I put the bend on, and then it went down by 3 in total, because it's not a combined 10%, just like the gun rammer. It's crew skill. It's not 50 and then it's 45. It's more of a crew skill based. So yep, that's why you don't pick it on tanks that don't really need 5% extra crew skill.
Okay, cool. Right, the next question is from Potom. Perks on the duck tanks like the AMX-40, what are they? Please give me, please. He asked this question about 100 times, so I think he wants to know.
Wait, you're going nuts. Come again.
The AMX-40 and duck tanks, please give me.
Does he really want some tips?
Yeah, for perks and skills for things like the AMX-40.
Skills. Well, again, if I played it long enough, I would pick all of the view range on it as well, because even though it's bouncy and slow as hell, you really need to see the enemy before the enemy sees you, and because if the enemy sees you before you can see them, then they will just go in a big circle around you and start shooting in the butt where you aren't very bouncy. So keeping that front armor towards the enemy by knowing where they are and seeing them fast, that's what I would go with. Let's see, the view range is only 340, so it really needs the view range. Yep, that's what I would go with.
Awesome. Okay, the next one from Mike Mail. Do you ever use the spotting timers to get a shot in and then move back into cover before you are spotted?
The spotting timer?
So as in you go out, you be spotted, you go back into cover, you wait till you're unspotted, then go out, shoot, and go back into cover before you even get revealed, and then you get revealed late because the fresh time on the spotting is slow.
To be perfectly honest, I've never thought about using that as an advantage, but it's a good one. But instead, I've just learned not to go alone, because if the enemy has 2 targets and you are hiding, then you can just scroll out a little bit and then have your crosshair on top of the enemy, and you will see and know when the enemy is aiming somewhere else. So you don't really need to use
the game.
I wouldn't call it abusing. It is abusing, but not really something I would say, oh damn you. But sometimes I do, because sometimes okay, I don't want to say Russian tanks only, but it's only happened to Russian tanks to me. They go out and they get a full aim. They get a full aim circle. They get to get the smallest reticle possible, and then fire and retreat before they get spotted by me. I don't like that.
One of the tips that I used, and I actually gave away in previous newbie night, was the trick with the auto drive. If you've noticed, I don't know if you have, if you press auto drive just once forward, the circle is limited to a certain percentage. So it doesn't go to the full unaimed. If you press W, it just goes to a small amount. So if you're behind cover, you just need to roll out ever so slightly. You just got to roll out ever so slightly. Press your R or whatever you've got set for your auto drive just once, and drive out ever so slowly. Your aim will stay almost at maximum. You can take the shot and drive quickly back with S. brilliant. It saves you a lot of trouble if you want to just quickly drive forward and then drive back again, instead of driving forward with max aim and then going back again. That's one of my personal tips.
I've started doing that in my KV2, and it's really effective because you just sit still behind the corner, wait for it to get really small, roll out, stop, and then you have only like it's 1 to 2 seconds aiming time, and then it's fully loaded and fully aimed, and boom. Yep.
Much better.
Yep.
Okay, better. So Suki or Siki 07, is it possible to give some info about how to position your tank to not to receive so many hits or not to just die instantly? I believe we have a video link for you for that. Have you got a link for our previous Newbie Monday where we covered that in depth?
I can
side scraping.
Yeah, I can find it quickly, I think.
I will talk about it quickly while Hi-Fi finds that link, because it's on his YouTube channel.
Do it.
Anyway, basically, you can go around the corner like this, and I'll put it up to the camera, like that. So this is your tank, this is the wall. And if you angle yourself like that, the enemy tanks can only see the side of your tank. And that adds the depth of your armor incredibly much because of the angle of your tank. It's hard for me to explain it like this, not only because I've got a cold and I sound like I'm slurring every word I'm saying, but because we've done a whole video about it. We did a whole session, a whole hour and a half on this exact skill. So we'll give you a link to it. It's in the chat right now. Have a look and tell me what you think. So that's that question pretty much answered in one.
Yep, and side scraping is in part 2, but you should be watching the whole thing because we talk about stuff all the way through, which
to help you with that exact
sums up the whole thing. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so Tampontastic says, question, French Heavy 8+, what are the skills you recommend for that?
Well, as of we just talked about it actually. So yep. Pick a skill that that increases and is usable while you upgrade it. It doesn't matter what skill it is, but when you get it to 100%, switch it for Brothers in Arms, and you will get that decrease in aim time. And after that, you can actually go for whatever you want. But I've gone with Recon again because it only has 380 view range, and that's not very good. And then I've gone with Armor for the better accuracy on a broken gun, and again then I've picked repairs in the bottom, and I've gone with clutch braking. Even though it has a traverse speed of 32, it can always be increased, and that's always good when you have to run away, because reversing is always bad in a French tank. It turns so fast, and then the speed is just gone. So
okay, before I answer ask the next question, I'm just going to post into chat the person that has won the Twitter competition, and I want them to answer that it's them, and by tweeting again, PMing me that it's them. Hopefully there'll be no lies. I think I know who it is, but this person has just won on Twitter. I favorited you as RivetingTV. So, yeah, congratulations. So, PM me with your in-game name and I will give you the code. Simple as that. Okay, so the next one is actually a brand new question that I just spotted. I thought, oh, that's a cool question to ask. So that is ES Morax or Morax. Is it recommendable to take repair as the first skill, or should one take perks like Sixth Sense? We kind of covered this during the episode, but we might as well answer it again.
Yep. You do it this time.
Sure thing. Okay, so it depends. If you've got an assault tank like the IS-3 or something like that, it might be worth taking the repair skill, because you get tracked in the open. You don't want to use your repair kit for it because your ammo rack might get damaged, or your turret traverse, or your gun, and that's way more important. So if you get tracked and you have to wait in the open, you're also going to die. So if you get tracked and you only have to wait 2 seconds for it to repair, then brilliant. So I recommend your repair skill as one of your first skills for most heavy tanks. If it's not a heavy tank, then, well, it depends, really. It depends on a lot of things. But generally speaking, a rule of thumb, if you've got a heavy that relies on getting from cover to cover, then repair is very, very useful. I take it for all my IS tanks as the first skill. And then I retrain for Brothers in Arms, because I love ventilation and Brothers in Arms. It's a pet love for me. And then I retrain repair again as the second skill. So that's just me personally. So yeah, cool. Okay, this is something for a high flyer. It's not really anything to do with skills as such, apart from the biggest master of all. You've missed it. How to deal with spaced armor?
Oh, yep.
You always
Spaced
comment about
armor.
spaced armor. How do you deal with it?
How I deal with it? I yell a lot. No, actually, the only spaced armor that I'm having trouble with now is the side armor on the IS-3, 4, 6, 7, E100. But if you can see the side armor of a tank, then you can also shoot at the track axles down here, and it's a lot easier actually to hit that because it's right at the end of the tank, and if you hit that, you will you will track the tank, and you will also deal damage. So going for that spot is always good on any tanks because you will track them, your allies will be able to hit them while they're sitting there, and you will probably force them to use their repair kit, and then if you hit them in the ammo rack, then you're golden, and then it's just easy pie. But for instance, on the super pushing, many people are really begging to learn where to shoot that one. I'm getting a lot of questions actually about that, and all you have to do is look right up there. I'm sure most of you in the chat maybe know about this spot, but it's the biggest weak spot on the entire tank. It is right there above the gun. Don't aim down here, it'll just soak. Don't aim here or here or here or here unless you have a huge caliber gun. But here it'll go through that thing like butter every single time you fire. Maybe if you're too low or too high, it will bounce, but that's rare occasions. So always shoot that, and the super pushings will be like, "What? I'm not soaking," and then do something stupid like drive out with their side, and then you can track them, and then all hell breaks loose, and they're dead. So that's it.
Cool. Actually, there's another question, or should I say feedback. If you ask me, they're talking so damn fast. Slow down, there's no rush. Well, there is a rush, actually. We do have a certain time period to fill. And this will be on YouTube at the RivetingTV archive. So you can always check back if you missed something or didn't catch it. You can always go back and check it out again and pause it whenever you feel like you can or you need to. So unfortunately, we have to deal with the whole population and native English speakers like us speaking fast because there's a lot of content that needs to get through and they can understand it. And if you find English a little bit hard, then you can always go back to the YouTube and check it out afterwards. We do vary in speed depending on how much time we have left. So when we have lots of time left, we often slow down, and if we've got so much content to cover, we speak a bit faster because we're conscious that we are running out of time. So sorry about that, and I always speak fast anyway.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, this is actually a really, really good question, and it's one that I actually trouble with sometimes. So, Grant says, if I want to take the extra rations or cola, what do you leave out? Repair, medical, or fire?
Oh God. Yeah, I've been thinking about that since the game came out, and
I've got an answer that I use these days, but I'm interested to hear yours.
I've gone with the fire because last time there was a special on it. I bought 2,000 repair kits, 1,000 first aid kits, and 1,000 fire kits, and I haven't used half of the fire kits, and you're set on fire.
Yeah.
So rarely. So if you really want to increase your tank with such a small thing as a gold item or gasoline or stuff like that, then go with the fire.
Yeah. Yep, I agree. Actually,
because
I used to take out the medipack, and I instantly regretted it. The first time I did that, I lost my gunner or something on the first shot, and I instantly regretted it. Instantly regretted taking out the medipack.
Yep, and actually, the more the overall crew skill is also there's also firefighting in that. You can just increase it with a firefighting skill if you equip that in the skills menu. So if you do get the cola, then you will get the 10% extra crew skill to put out fire. So you won't die as fast to lose as much HP from fire than if you don't have the cola or rations or whatever on. So the fire kit is the one that you should be picking.
Yeah. So Valja says, for meds, if you haven't answered this yet, which we don't think we have, well, we kind of did during the episode, but we'll answer it again.
Okay.
Smooth ride stroke clutch braking / off-road driving. Which ones are most important in general, or does it depend on the tank? Well, you've also answered your own question. It does depend on the tank. And it also depends on the map. You can't really predict in advance what skills you need. But Hi-Fi, do you have any thoughts on that?
Well, just like you said, it all depends on the map, and if you look at the overall skills on the slower targets on the slower tanks, I would definitely go with off-road driving if you're one that likes to drive through swamps and up hills that are very mossy and stuff like that. I've taken on my super merging because I need to go anywhere in it. So wherever I go, I have to have the same kind of traction under the tank as on concrete or grass. So I picked that one, and then clutch braking. Smooth drive, if you really like to shoot on the move. I don't. I just do it for fun sometimes.
I do.
Yeah, just like with the KV and hitting a scout for fun. It's not that often that it happens, and when it does happen, then you're like, woo, and it's fun. But other than that, it's just wasted experience on a skill that you don't really use. Even when you're circling, then you're really close to the tank, so there's no real point in adding that extra skill to it. Yeah.
Well, shooting on the move skill, what's it called? Smooth ride, actually lowers the max size of the ring can become.
Yeah.
So that actually helps you when you move quickly, then have to stop and take aim to shoot as well. So it really depends if you're really fast. And yeah, basically. Talk slow. I'm not going to talk slow. I just got your tweet. Me talk slowly? Don't be silly. You should hear me when I cast. Ha! You think this is fast? You should wait. You should wait and see for when some action happens. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. What server do we play on is a question from Dr. Pepper, and I love Dr. Pepper. What's
The Asian
worst?
server.
We actually play on the European server.
Okay.
Hooray! But we also occasionally now play on the Russian server during our series Invading Russia. So if you want to see us take on the Russian casuals, we do that every month now on our Procast, or instead of a Procast. So if you look down below the video, you will see our different shows. And I'll go through them at the end of the night. But one of them is called Procast. It's on a Thursday night. And we invade Russia once every month. And
With
we might increase that
giraffes.
depends on with giraffes. If you haven't seen that, go to the archive and see the giraffes. I was in stitches. I couldn't help it, but that was funny. Anyway, okay, we have loads more questions, and we're going to run out of time here. But Pixel Train actually says, where does the XP come from? Spotting, kills, and all that sort of stuff.
All that jazz. Well,
All that jazz.
I'll go in here and show you a match. Let's see. We'll go in here. In this match, I received, without premium, I received ×2. I received 2,345 XP. So as you can see, I did a lot of damage, 2,021 damage, and I damaged this amount of enemies, but that doesn't matter really. Enemies destroyed, it adds a little bonus of XP, but it's not as much as one would think. And damage upon detection. When you spot a tank and someone else shoots at it, you receive half of the XP that he would have gotten if he was the one shooting at it alone. So you gain XP through that, and you also gain a little bit of XP through base capturing and defending. but that's very low. And they're actually, have you heard about the new event that they're starting with? They're going to reward people with invader medals and stuff like that with XP or credits.
Really?
Yep, and also Top Gun. So we'll begin to fight over the kills and stuff like that now.
That's not good. Oh, it's a team game. If you encourage XP for personal performance, guess what happens? You get selfish players. You get that one guy shooting an ally just so he can get his Top Gun and stuff like that. Yeah, that's going to be a great. Thanks, Wargaming. That was brilliant. Harris blah blah says, High Flyer 15. What tank is the best Moneymaker?
The best Moneymaker is, well, I love my Löwe, and I've played that. It's the one that I've played the most matches with. Yep, coming close with the pattern, but I've played the most matches with my Löwe. It's not even insane amounts of it, but I've done nearly a million damage with it, and it's always served me good. And well, the last few games that I've played in my type, I've earned quite a lot of money actually. I think it was 116,000, but the Löwe has gotten me around 136,000 crits. So it's a premium tank. It's the Löwe, but I also like the type. But without premium, I would say actually I'm earning a lot of credits in my Cromwell actually. The KB2 as well, because the derp gun. If you get in a big battle, then you only have to hit, I don't know, 3 targets to make a very big profit, like 30,000. And that's like going into a battle with the Löwe and just losing and just walking away and then getting that. So that's a very good one to earn in as well. And the VK36 is also a very great Moneymaker, yeah, indeed. Because it's the best tier 6 medium tank. It has a great gun, and it's actually pretty cheap to repair, and yep, it's just a great gun. It's a great gun. It's a great tank. So Moneymaker.
Sweet. Okay. I'm going to go through a few things before we answer one or two more questions, because I'm looking at the time going, wow, we've answered a lot of questions. We've done well tonight. We love you. We love you. Okay. One more thing. This is the last code. Okay. I want you to email RivetingTV@gmail.com suggestions for Newbie Mondays, or sorry, Newbie Nights. Okay. We want to see suggestions for what you want us to cover during Newbie Mondays. See? You're going to give us feedback for our show, and we're going to give you gold and tank slots. I mean, how good is that, right? You're going to tell us what you want to see. We do it for you for free, and you get gold as well. We pay you. What? Okay, cool. So just do that, and I'll email you back with the code, whoever gives the best suggestion. So email away, and that's rivetingtv@gmail.com. Simples. Okay, I'll do the forum giveaway right at the end of the show, and so that's still open until the very last second. And a few more things to talk about. Our Good Morning Tanks has been a bit of a failure. High Flyers always had something coming up on Monday mornings. So we're moving it. We're not cancelling it. We're moving it to Friday mornings instead of Monday mornings. Because then why not? We've got 2 shows on a Monday. So let's make it 1 show on a Monday and 1 show on a Friday. Makes more sense, doesn't it?
Totally makes sense.
Yeah. Totally makes sense. Yeah. So if you want to see more of things like this, or even more crazy stuff, like on Thursdays, we talk to professional players, people who are in pro clans, and even Russian players to see the difference in their top players make. We often have their casters and top players on the stream, and even talk to European players too. We also commentate on games whenever we get our commentating accounts back. And you get to see some high, top quality plays with some great, sexy casters. Also, on Tuesday nights, we now not only play with you guys, we play on ourselves. You can actually watch us play. And I know a lot of the other streams already do that. And in fact, that's all they ever do. They just play and you watch them play. But we save that for a special occasion. That's Tuesday nights. So come watch us play and interact with us on Tuesday nights. Every month, we do one night where we do our company battles, where we host a load of company battles where you join in with us, take on other company battles. And we do it for fun, and we're often quite successful. We normally have around 60 to 70% win ratio, so that's pretty good. So hit that follow button if you want to see more of that stuff, and that's cool. And we will see you then. Anything to add, High Flyer, before I move on to a few more questions to finish up the show?
No, hit me with some questions, damn it!
Hit some questions! Okay. Tampontastic has another question.
What?
If the tank is elite and I use Mentor, can I still have the commander at some place of the others because of the double XP on the lowest XP member?
Well, that's a very good question, and I think that's how it works actually, because the commander will have the least amount of XP, and that's how it works. So that's how it works. So what was it? Which tank was it that I had it on? Mentor. Well, ask me another one, and I'll find the tank which had the Mentor on it.
Don't know.
Pass.
You what even Newbie tanks? I don't have Mentor. No, I don't.
No. Give me a question.
Oh, sorry. Okay, another question. Okay, Babkus talks about the English tanks. You ready?
Yeah, bring it.
What do you do with the English, as they're pretty specific to play with? What's the general tactics with them?
You can be a scout.
Hold down.
Hold down? What? You would go hold down with them?
The English tanks, yeah.
The English tanks?
You drive to the top of the hill, they've got such great depression.
Oh, yeah,
you hold down.
Oh, yeah, but hold down implies that you can take it in the face, in my opinion. You know.
Okay, it's not really meant to imply. What it means is that you hide your hole behind a hill, or use terrain to hide your hole. So that's basically what I do.
Yeah, okay, but if you go hold down behind a rock, then the gun depression
is
worthless. You know?
It's okay. What I mean is use the gun depression to your advantage to look over obstacles.
Yeah, I know. Because they do have insane gun depression. It's insane, and you will know insane when the new Chinese tree comes, and you will see that the Chinese have no gun depression. They have no gun depression. You can sit on a hill. A tank can be just, 20 centimeters lower than the hill, and you can't aim down on them. I don't really like that. But yep, the insane gun depression and the speed, the fast firing guns on them as well. If you can circle a tank, that's great. But always be aware that you don't have any armor and your hit points are a little less than the German and the American and stuff like that. But when enemies are in a fight with other tanks, then go and shoot them in the back, because you fire so fast. Like the Crusader, it fires so fast. It's like 2-point-something seconds per shot, and it's 100 and something. Oh no, 75 per damage, but 110 penetration, and it can do a lot of damage. When you look at the tank, it looks horrible, but if you can spot a fight where you can go in from the side, then you'll do insane amounts of damage. So there's situational tanks. You have to survey the battlefield and find where you fit in, or speed off to find a position where you can spot, because you do have a lot of speed. With 64 on a medium tank, that's pretty insane.
I'm looking through this forum. I just can't pick someone. They're all too good. So High Flyer, considering I've done all the other competitions, go through this forum and pick a decent feedback. Not just a random spam one, but a decent feedback, because there are just too many good ones. And I've picked all the others. Let's get your point of view on them. So while High Flyer's picking the winner of that competition, I will try and answer another question. Here we go. Am I LARPing? With this hat, I think that's a reference to. That's from Phobia16. Well, Phobius, interesting question. An interesting question. And if you know from me, I have interesting stories. I have LARP before. And it's not the ones where you go, 2, 2, 1, I hit you, I dodge. No, it was just a kind of cross between reenactment and LARPing. So you had proper equipment on. You had proper chainmail. You didn't have tin foil for plate. It was proper stuff. And if you had to use your own swordsman skills, if you missed the parry and you got stabbed, you're dead. Simple as that. You didn't have hit points. If you got hit in the arm, you had to pretend your arm was like badly wounded. You couldn't use it anymore. If you had a shield in the arm, you had to drop the shield or lower it so you couldn't get it up again and stuff like that. So I have done my fair bit of acting stroke reenacting stroke LARPing. I have seen some horrendous LARPing where people are throwing bangers at each other and going, lightning strike, I hit you. And someone goes, I use dodge. And that's awful. I've never done that. But I have done a bit of LARPing. And that is nothing to do with LARPing, believe it or not. Okay. But yeah. So I definitely recommend it. If anyone's wants to do like a big Riveting TV LARPing session in that style, I'll gladly set it up, but it'll be in England, unfortunately. So if you guys are over in England and want to do that as a group, why not? Send me a message. Anyway, Hi-Fi, have you picked one?
Yes, I have. And
read it out for us.
Yes, I will, if I can pronounce the name correctly. Sariana. He's replying to Slati Bartfart, who says, I like how everybody's on the forum now, and he says, well, if it raises awareness of cool streamers in the community, we all win. And I think he should win.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for doing that. And I totally agree. It's about the community and it's about World of Tanks. If World of Tanks profits from it and the community in general, it's not about us, it's about the community. So the more you guys promote your favorite streamers, whether it be us or someone else, promoting the awareness of World of Tanks is what we're here to do. So thank you. That's really good and really intelligent way of thinking, and we really appreciate that sort of thing. We're always here to promote a positive community and to make it grow. So that's awesome. So I will, if you PM me the exact link to the person's account, I will PM them the key. Hi-Fi. I
will.
Okay.
Go.
I believe we are ready to call it. Hope you've enjoyed the show. I've really enjoyed it. It's my favorite day of the week. I love doing Newbie Mondays because you guys is what I love doing. I love teaching. I love informing people, and it's just a really good sensation to know that you're helping people find it easier to learn the things that took you a while to learn, because there was none of this stuff around when we were learning to play. So it's really cool to give something back to the you guys. So we love you. We really do. Hope you hit that follow button and come back again. We really like to see friendly faces all the time. We have a regular crew that are always sitting around in the chat and talking to us, and we really appreciate them every time. And we have a blast. Let's be fair. We have a blast. We do.
Blast.
And as the Riveting TV regulars know, we have a little secret that no other streamers know about. Yeah? Do you know what it is? We know. You know we do. Mm-hmm. That you guys, World of Tanks guys in general, the viewers and players of World of Tanks are the sexiest gamers in the world. We just know this, right? It's a fact. We know this. No one else knows this, but we know. You know this, right? You know this. Look at yourself. Look at you. Look at you. Look at you. You're so pretty. Look at you. Aren't you? Aren't you? Look at you. Aren't you? See, I knew you were. See, you had to agree with me. Come on. So, shh. It's our little secret. It's our little secret, but we know we're gorgeous, right? All of us.
Yes. All of them.
Brilliant. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, motherfuckers. Anyway, so I've been Dorjan.
And I've been Half-Life 15.
We've been Riveting TV, and we might as well exit with a nice music tune. Yeah.
Yeah. Which one would you like to hear? No?
Shh. Your favorite. Why not?
My favorite? Yeah, I'll give you my favorite.
See you guys next time.